All right, we are rolling. I tilted the GoPro up a little bit because this riding position is pretty aggressive and I'm having to look down a lot, so hopefully you guys get a better view. Welcome back to the channel. This is Ape Rider. We just crossed 1,100 subs. That is crazy, like straight up. Overwhelmed with all of the support that you guys are showing me, showing some love. So I really appreciate you guys for sure. I started vlogging like last year, more or less, like October, a little bit more than a year ago, and it was on and off. Like I definitely just, it's kind of like now. I mean, I record when I want to and I have the time. Oh shit. Trying to avoid that plastic bag. I don't know if the camera caught that. Just playing the chicken game with me. Started riding motorcycles pretty much. I'm gonna let you know what my journey was and how I got to this point, owning currently this 2022 YZF R1M, and I also have a 2021 Ducati Panigale V4S, which is still in the shop. No, it's honestly expected. It's Italian. It takes a long ass time to get parts from Italy, but right now the bike, I'm in no rush to, like, it's a big bill, you know what I'm saying, but I've got this bad boy to ride around, so I'm not even complaining. Let's rewind all the way to the beginning of my riding journey, I guess. So back in 2017, the summer of 2017, I just finished college and I was going to be living in Europe for my job, and I definitely wanted to get my license as soon as possible. Let me put my visor open. Wanted to get my license for riding before I made the jump to Europe because it's easier to get it in the States. Very first bike I was on was like I believe it was like a Suzuki, and it was a cruiser. Definitely like, I don't know, less than 300 cc's. That thing was slow, but it was a beginner bike. It's what the MSF course offered. Oh, $289 for gas, not bad. That Dodge Ram, that's the souped up TRX pickup truck. That thing gets like 2 miles to the gallon. It looks sick though. What is this guy doing? Look at this. Literally cut. That's why you take rider's course, to just watch out for like really bad drivers. There's a whole bunch of them. Safety Foundation, that's where I got my experience from initially. It was super cool because, again, it was in a controlled environment with professionals, and like I said earlier, we did a bunch of drills which pretty much went over the basic, you know, like clutch rear brake action, slow speed turns, U-turns, like swerving, counter steering and all that. It was honestly like nerve-wracking to start. Like, you know, it was weird because, like, if you don't know what the concept of counter steering is, definitely well, I'll explain it to you. So counter steering is how you steer when you're on a bike. It's definitely different from a car, but long story short, to go right, like if you want to turn right, you push right. So if you think about it, you're turning your steering wheel left to go right. So don't overthink, like literally keep it simple. Push right, go right, push left, go left. Like it literally takes what, like one finger? Look, right, like that. Super easy to do. And obviously, as you get more experience, you'd want to like lean in. Jesus, like this guy literally. I thought that was a cop that I just passed. That's the thing I love about leader bikes is it's just so much power. It can get you out of bad situations real quick. But yeah, anyways, back to my story. So it was like a 2-day course, a lot of academics, and then pretty much half the day of riding, and then the last day was pretty much all day riding, and it was an assessment whether or not you were like a safe rider. Definitely challenging for me at first because it was my very first time on a bike, a motorcycle, but passed with flying colors. I just listened to their direction, and then all I had to do was take the go to the DMV, and I took the exam, the written exam, passed that, and I got my motorcycle endorsement right there. So that's back in 2017. My job carried me over to Europe for like 3 years pretty much, and then I didn't ride there because of just I was super busy with work, and I didn't really get into motorcycles immediately. It was not until 2019, December of 2019 is when I actually bought my very first bike, and it was a Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. So this 636 cc's. It was fast, like honestly the fastest bike I've ridden on. Obviously I've only ridden on that and the slow cruiser that I started with, but my experience with the Kawasaki was super nice. Obviously really daunting at first. Like it's a very fast bike. It's a super sport. It's definitely different from your like upright hyper naked or upright like this Ninja 650. It's different, like it's tuned differently. The Kawasaki 636 was capable north of like definitely 150 miles an hour, depending on your like body type, your weight, aerodynamics. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but yeah, that bike will easily go like 150, which is insane for a 600. Anyways, I definitely had a lot of experiences on that bike. I kept that bike for roughly like 6-7 months before I moved on to the Aprilia, which is my next bike. But before I talk about the Aprilia, I want to explain just kind of like the lessons learned I had with the Kawasaki. Focus. I didn't really ride with anybody until I met this crazy dude. I'm not gonna say his name, but he rode an Aprilia. It was like an older, I think it was an RSV 1000, but I remember like he's a super good rider. Like he took corners like a MotoGP rider, and he definitely showed me the ropes. The only thing me and him kind of like didn't agree on was the way he rode on the street. Like he hauled ass, like no shit. Like he was at extreme, definitely like 60-degree lean angles. Because that was like, he was a very good rider, but he did it on the street, which I didn't like. So I mean, I'm still good friends with him, but I don't really ride with him anymore. Sad face. But definitely a great experience to ride with some hooligans. So it's up to you to pick and choose like the skills you will learn from them, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to apply those on the street. So with me, I'm more of a conservative rider. Like, I'll definitely like speed, but I'll try to do it in a way that puts my safety priority, if that makes sense. Because if you go the speed limit the whole way, honestly, like, it's pretty dangerous, because like cars can't see you, they're not looking, you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of stuff that you'll pick up as a brand new rider that you're like, oh my god, I'm definitely not going to do that, you know? So it's kind of like with life. Alright, I just stopped real quick to show you guys the bike. 6-7 months before I unexpectedly bought an Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory. It was a 2020, and I was super surprised because the insurance was way cheaper than my Kawasaki at the time, even though the Kawasaki was like half the horsepower. So I pretty much got rid of the Kawasaki, rode the Aprilia for a hot minute, probably like 8 months, and then I bought the Ducati Panigale V4S. So if you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. They're down there in the channel. I do a whole bunch of reviews, but yeah, that was the start of my leader bike. And once you go 1000cc, it's really hard to come back to 600s unless it's going to be a dedicated track bike. But my experience with the 1000cc bike, super scary at first. On your wrist, you turned it just a little bit and you're already going like 50-60 miles an hour in first gear. If you're trying to start on a leader bike, I'm saying, like, it's not impossible. You could definitely do it, especially the modern bikes now. It's got all the electronics, all the rider modes. You can definitely do it, but do I recommend it? I wouldn't say so, honestly. Like, to be on the safer end, I would definitely start on like a 600 for sure. But if you're like, no, to hell with you, I'm starting a leader bike, go for it, man. Just be careful, don't kill yourself. Anyways, that's all for today's video. I want to keep it short, but as you can see, I've got the Akrapovic titanium slip-on. I've got the link pipe coming, so this is pretty much my setup. The header's already full titanium. The R1Ms come with titanium headers. I didn't know. I thought the base R1s came with I thought they came with titanium headers. Apparently not. But jump in the comments if you have an R1 2015 to 2023, I guess. If you have titanium headers, jump in the comments, let me know, because I honestly thought that they did come with titanium headers. I know the wheels are the same, like they're both magnesium. More mods to come. I've got a few more goodies coming in, but pretty much this is what it's going to be looking like. I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped to get that link pipe. It's on back order right now, but I can't wait. It's going to be a different thing. It's definitely going to sound like the Aprilia. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll keep y'all posted. Hit that sub if you like the content. Give it a thumbs up. And I appreciate you guys. Remember, peace out and always ride safe. Positive thoughts. And yeah, man. Thanks again. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Ooh, this storm's gonna be bad. Like, it's so windy. I could look at the. I don't know. You probably can't see the waters, but like the amount of waves that are blowing in that direction